First up is the azimuth or head alignment on the Fostex R8. This is the signal that we shoot for on the oscope. This signal is acceptable, it means it's slightly out of phase. And I think that's about where ours is right now. To make the adjustment, we turn this Allen screw to adjust the azimuth on the machine. But right now I've got a test tape connected to the unit, and we're going to monitor the channels 1 and 2 on the oscope. So when I hit play, we should see 2 sine waves, and we see those guys. And when we add those 2 signals together, you see we're a little bit out of phase. That is within tolerance, but I'm going to turn the azimuth screw clockwise slightly and try to bring that signal back together as close as we can get it. Okay, and that's where we want it. So right now the heads are in perfect alignment. Next up is the input level and meter level calibration. It tells us to put the Dolby noise reduction switch into the off position. That's located up here. It's in the off position. And also to put the input monitor button to the on position. And that's on the keypad, and it's on right now. And that allows us to monitor the signal coming into the machine. And that signal is going to be a 1 kilohertz tone at neg 10 dB or 0.3 volts. And I'm going to be generating that signal at the oscillator. We've got our deflector set to the so the 0 representing neg 10. And just to double check that, I'm going to look at the output of this oscillator going into the multimeter, and we see that we're at neg 10 dB. If we wanted to adjust that, we would just move this knob up and down to get it right at neg 10 dB. But we were there. That's good. Neg 10 dB. So that's what's going to be going into the machine on channel 1. And the output of channel 1 is going to go into the meter, so we can see what the output is. Right now it's at neg 10 dB. So the procedure tells us to monitor test point 4 on track 1 with that neg 10 dB signal going in, and we calibrate or we adjust that level at R103 to where we read 245 millivolts at test point 4. Test point 4 is located, if you can see it's back here. I've got where that white alligator clip is connected. I have that connected to a multimeter. But that's kind of cumbersome to doing that for all the channels, because after we do that calibration and adjustment, it tells us to go back and measure the output of the unit, which is where that red RCA cable is, to make sure that we have a neg 10 dB signal at the output. And you see right now we're at neg 10.4. So instead of doing that middle calibration, I'm just going to skip over that and just go directly to that check that we look for neg 10 dB at the output. It's the same adjustment point, so I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. It's at about 10 and a half, neg 10 and a half. I'm just going to bring it down to neg 10 dB. Okay, I'm going to do that on all 8 channels. That was channel 1. Go into channel 2. Again, it's a little hot, 10.6. So we'll just bring it down. We're adjusting this guy now. Second one. And just bring it down to, or up to neg 10 dB. Okay, I'm going to do that on all 8 channels. Okay, so next up is the meter level calibration. To perform that adjustment. We're going to adjust VR 107 through 807. They're located on the rear of the machine. And we're just going to tweak those potentiometers. Let's get the cable. Until the VU meter reaches 0 dB. Channel 1 is going to be VR 107. It's going to bring it up until the light stays on at 0 dB. I'm going to do the same thing for channel 2. That's R207. And just bring it up just a little bit. Other way. Okay, so both those are reading at 0 dB. And I'm just going to go down the line. We're on channels 1 and 2 now. I'm going to go all the way to channel 8. Next up is a playback level adjustment. I have an MRL tape loaded onto the unit, and it's at 1 kilohertz at 0 dB. It tells us to measure the output on test point 4 again and make those adjustments on a different resistor this time. We know that the meters are calibrated on the unit, so I'm going to skip that part where we measure test point 4, and we're just going to monitor the output of the unit. We're going to listen to it on the Pioneer system you see in the background. These meters, all 8 channels, should read 0 dB, and I have the multimeter connected to channel 8. It should read 10 dB plus or minus 1 dB. That's the tolerance on it. So when I press play on this unit, we're going to hear the test tone. All these lights, all these LEDs should rise up to 0 dB, and we know that's an accurate reading because we've calibrated that already. And we're going to monitor one channel, channel 8, just to make sure we're at minus 10 dB.
1 kilohertz at reference flexibility. Set reproducer gain so the volume indicators read 0 decibels.
Okay, we're reading neg 10, and all 8 channels are reading 0 dB. Next up is the frequency response calibration. I've already gone through the calibration on this unit. It's sort of a long and tedious process. So we're just going to check the end result. I've got the MRL tape loaded on there, and it just does a frequency sweep from, I think, from 63 hertz up to 20,000 hertz. I'm going to measure a section of that. What we're looking for is that all 8 channels are within 3 dB of each other. So it's okay if they drop down a little bit, because as you get into the higher frequencies, the signal will go down from the maximum reading at 0 dB. But we're going to check it now, and you should see all the channels be within 3 dB of each other.
Ten kilohertz.
And once we get up into the 10-12 range, I'll go deaf after that.
12.5 kilohertz.
But the tape deck still picks it up. That's one of the fascinating things about these Fostex units, is that they're able to reproduce these sounds on 8 tracks on a 1/4 inch tape. That's a really good frequency response on this unit.
20 kilohertz.
And all those levels are good. Next up is a record level calibration. I've already done or checked channels 1 through 4. I'm on channels 5 and 6 now, and I've got that neg 10 signal coming from the oscillator. It's a 1 kilohertz tone, and we can listen to it when I press the input switch on the Fostex. Our connection's in not good. I'm using a splitter at the output of the oscillator, so got to keep an eye on that. I've got a bad connection, but we can see it coming in on channels 5 and 6. And to select the channels that you want to record on, I'm gonna clear those out. You press Safe Ready, Then press the channel that you want to record on. Right now it's 5 and 6. Safe ready again. 5 and 6. Then you press record and play, and then it's going to record that same tone. And since this is only a 2-head unit, I'll need to record that length of tape and then rewind it back and then listen to the recorded sound after that. If it were a 3-head, I could listen to it on the fly by flipping the tape source switch. This Fostex R8 doesn't have that capability. Okay, so we'll rewind the tape to 0. Press play. And we're at 0 dB on channels 5 and 6. And I'll finish up with channel 7 and 8 off camera. Okay, so all the calibrations are done. This thing's playing and recording great. And since no one wants to hear test tones being recorded, right now I'm recording from my PC onto the Fostex R8. We're listening to the song over the Pioneer system you see in the background. This is actually what's going on to the tape. Again, this is a 2-track unit, so we need to record the song first, then go back to the beginning and play the tape back. This unit has an auto locate function, so when I hit locate 0, it'll go back to the start of this song and begin playing it at that location, because I have the auto play function engaged. This is the actual recording. Overall, this is a great unit. A lot of people aren't that crazy about these Fostex R8s because they have small motors, belts come off sometimes. But once you address those issues, as I usually do on these units, I think they're really great machines. Again, you're recording on 8 tracks on a 1/4-inch tape, and the fidelity is great. It only runs at 15 inches per second, and that's partially why the fidelity is so good on these machines. A lot of options available with this unit. Again, you record on 1 channel at a time or all 8 channels simultaneously. Again, this is the Fostex R8 reel-to-reel.